Ooh, medium kick. That's got a little bit more range than close fierce, I think, and crouch fierce. It's also a little easier on the fingers. Does less damage though. Max meter build. I just want everyone to know that I can type a capital I and an apostrophe if I want to. I just like the way all lowercase messages look when it's written all shitty. So even though I like used to type with like perfect fucking grammar and punctuation and spelling, I like stopped just because I think it looks funny to type illiterate. Love me a Shadow Mirror. Oh, there's no super. There's one. He didn't do the fireball. This Ken's an all or nothing kind of Ken. He's like, fuck that fireball. Oh, no super, confirm. It was good there. It would have left a Ryu in the corner. I get that super 100 times out of 100. I nail that setup. Nice. Doing alright. Can't complain. The whiff towards fierce. Is this that new meta? That new meta where you whiff towards fierce? Ooh, that's nice. I don't think that combo's universal, but it works on most characters. Close forward, light. Donkey kick. How's it Garthro? I see Ryu. So Ryu's got a really unusual pacing. It's an SA1 Ryu, which is kind of nice. SA1 Ryus get very rewarded for their aggressive parries. But then again, so do Denshin Ryus. Then again, so do the SA2 Ryus. It depends on how much meter he has. SA2 Ryu has the least reward for a parry most of the time, but then once he's got super stocked, he has the most reward for a parry. Ryu in general is rewarded a lot for parries. He's got the highest burst damage of all the Shotos. Nice punish. Ken with double DPs has similar burst damage. Probably, maybe slightly higher. Ooh. Huh? Huh? What was the low short? Was that a failed light Tatsu? Light Tatsu would have been good there. Ryu had all that time to like fuck with Ken's parry and didn't do anything. He could have just mashed stand jab. And there was nothing Ken could do about that. Wake up hard Tatsu. Imagine being the replayer who does wake up hard Tatsu. Must be nice. I don't think he wanted the overhead there. But what did he want? Walk into close strong? Ryu usually uses close forward or close fierce. The overhead was a weird thing to get on accident. Very nice. Hard Tatsu? It didn't kill, I thought it would. Yeah, solid mix up. Akuma was almost certain to wake up parrying there. Because the threat of all of Ryu's special moves were unblockable. The threat of like an uppercut or a fucking Tatsu, something like that, were just very high. Yeah, that's it. He parried one more than I would have. But he had a few free parries into a shift to block. Parrying the entire thing was extremely unwise because Akuma recovered way first and would have been able to fuck with his parry. But by shifting over to block, he gets some meter and loses less health by going for the parries. But is no more easy to open up. Scary. Those towards fierce he got thrown out of. People usually don't do that normal on purpose. But this guy's playing a bit like a wild man. Akuma is, I mean not Akuma, Ryu is one of the characters you can go the most aggressive with. Or I would have been able to dash under that. Ryu, I don't think so. Or I would have been able to punish that super with like a full chicken combo into super. This matchup looks kind of fun. Akuma's options are better, but Ryu's got a lot better ability to fucking take damage. And his own damage is way higher. Please never say that again. I haven't seen an Akuma player pick the Tatsu super in probably like 5 years. I've seen like one Akuma pick the DP super. They're all honestly about as good as each other. But one is like the easiest to land. One's the least rewarding. But none of them are that strong. I seem to recall it. Air Super 3 is the strongest one. And then I think Ground Super 3 and Ground Super 2 would do about the same damage. And then Ground Super 1 and Air Super 1 are the weakest. Ooh, I think he got it. Despite what you're thinking, it's actually not that hard to land an Air Super 3. And it's also not that hard to land a Super 1 or, Ground Super 3 or a Super 2. He can land all three of them off to the Light Tatsu. I think in the corner you can follow medium Tatsu with, I don't know actually. You can combo after Air Tatsus with all of them. Akuma's DP super connects the best of any DP super in juggles, like barring like Ryu's DP super, I guess. A lot of DP supers, like Remy's fucking SA2 and Lena's SA1 and shit like that, a lot of them just lose a bunch of hits as anti-airs. Ken SA1, Dudley SA2, SA1. A lot of them just lose an ass ton of damage. Akuma's loses just a little bit of hits, but the hits it loses are pretty weak, and most of the damage is right at the end. How much better would 3-bar Hoyoksen be? Not a whole lot better, but it would be better. I find that funny that you bring that up because you're the first person to ever say something like that. People ask frequently how much worse a 1-bar Hoyoksen would be. But I've never seen anyone try to think about buffing Chun-Li. That's unexplored territory. What could we give Chun-Li that would make her better? 3-bar Hoyoksen's a pretty good start. Maybe like an air Hoyoksen that goes downward like a dive kick. So she does like 16 hits on the way down, and then when she hits the ground, she does the final launcher. Kind of cool if she could do that mid-air. Maybe air Kikokens too. She throws them downward. That'd be nice. It'd be a good buff. Oh. I'm really surprised that he went for even as much of that parry as he did. He was probably anticipating an anti-air DP, and he saw what was happening after he went for the initial 2 parries, and he's like, okay, I gotta parry more. Depending on how close Ryu is, that's either 3 parries or 5. He was in the super close range, so it was 5, but he should have known that based on the timing he did. Most people know that's 5, I think, because it's just 3 on the front and 2 in the back. I think he just fucked up in some manner. Yeah, give her 4 Omega's dive kick. That's a good start. What else? I think her Kikosho could leave her body, and she could store 2 of those. And if it leaves her body, then that means if the opponent starts parrying it, she can then like attack them while they're parrying it. Maybe it could be a very slow-moving fireball. Imagine if she could do the Kikosho and it would just like float there like an Aegis. But it's still like 22 parries. And it still lasts just as long. That'd be pretty good. Ooh, unblockable Kikoshos, yeah. Yeah, give her quarter circle legs in general, I think, would be a really good buff. What a nice punish. The mark of a truly great Ken is knowing what's SA3 punishable and going for it. We're talking about how we would buff Chun-Li to be an even better character than she is. In this game. Yeah. In general, the buffs to her special moves in later Street Fighters would all be very welcome in this game. If she had a Kikoken that was a little bit more like sf4 Kikoken, and EX Koken that was a bit more like sf5 Kikoken, EX Kikoken. Better stomps would be nice if she had like alpha style stomps, or like sf5 style stomps, and like air lightning legs would be nice. Ooh, air dash. Yeah, she could have her Marvel air dash. So she dashes forward at like a slight downward angle. Actually, she could have her Marvel chaining too while we're at it. What if they just took Third Strike Chun-Li out of the game and added MVCI Chun-Li into the game? The main issue Tensho Kyaku faces in most Street Fighter games, and the reason they have a hard time adding it, is because it has the same command as Bird Kick. And Bird Kick is a bigger signature move for her. So even though Tensho Kyaku is a pretty cool move, it's usually relegated. It's either gone or relegated to weird places. I wish Capcom would make another Street Fighter game with multiple weak, um, cheap supers. Yeah, it was down kick. Oh yeah, Chun-Li's low presence is still lacking so much. Ooh, a healing effect on her super. I like that a lot. Just make it so her super has like Elena's healing effect, but no downside. Command grab. I don't think Chun-Li's ever had a command grab before. Whoa, you guys are experts. There is no armor anywhere in Third Strike. We're making Third Strike, but Chun-Li's more busted. We're buffing Chun-Li. All the moves that have armor in later games do not have armor in this game. You got no armored 360 anywhere. You got no armored Karakusa. You got no armored Hugo Stand Fierce. Yeah, Remy's stand or his Super 3 is the only instance of a parry in the game, I think, besides the universal parry mechanic. I don't think there's any character with a special move parry anyway. The closest would probably be Makoto's Fukiyage, which only hits very specific kinds of hitboxes and angles. Oh yeah, there's Dudley's cross counter. That's similar. Forgot about that one. Remy's Super 3 is usually regarded to be the worst super in the game. It like takes all the ways that counter supers are bad in Street Fighter games and adds on some more. Sent strong and it traded. I think all of that was safe. Yeah, I was gonna say serves the same purpose but better. I was talking about that recently, about Remy. It's like the only way he can technically confirm his super is by parrying a multi-hit attack, realizing he's parrying a multi-hit attack, and then super canceling one of his earlier parries before the attack is done. So like for example, if you're fighting a Q, if he does like the 3-hit slappy hand, that red, and you block the first hit, you can technically confirm the super by like, oh, it's slappy hand, and then red parrying the second hit, and then the third hit activates your super. Like you super after parrying the second hit. That's theoretically what Remy can do to confirm a super, and he can do that off of any multi-hit attack in third strike. Uh, Fei Long and Cammy in Street Fighter 4 both had counter ultras. Same idea. There's no counter super or ultra in SF5 I can think of. There are counter V-triggers. Well, there's no ultras at all in SF5. Yeah, the thing is, like, Remy can do that, but also, you know what he can do instead? Is he can block the first hit of Slappy Hands, and then red parry the second hit, and then Super 2 because it's invincible. Or he can actually Super 2 after the third hit. You don't even need to fucking wait, you know? You can parry twice and then Super. And that way you don't need an active hitbox to fucking help you activate your Super. In fact, you can just block the entire Slappy Hands and then Super with Super 2. Super 2 is like completely and utterly better than Super 3. Also, Super 3 and Super 2 would be pretty similar damage if memory serves. Although Super 2 admittedly has a longer bar. That ends up being a good thing for him because that means he can stock some EX. Or, you know, 2 supers. Oh, I suppose that hit him at all. It's like the same angle that Rose was at. A little reset into the fireball. That was kind of like a weird... It wasn't an option select, but it worked for Ryu in 2 different ways. Because Dudley had to parry that Hadoken on the way down if he parried the Crouch Fierce. But because he got hit by the Crouch Fierce, the fireball was immediate instead. It's funny that you say a command grab because Remy got a command grab in... No, he didn't. He got a giant car throw. No, I think he got a command grab. Yeah, he got a command grab in forward strike. In fact, I think they made a Super 3 into his command grab. Forward strike was a bunch of fantastic ideas. Fade away, low strong. Very good way to close out the round. Low risk. He was trying to catch an attempted immediate parry, which is likely what Ken did. You can parry fireballs? Oh yeah, that's right. The punch only plays out of the opponent's close to you, right? So you can use it to parry fireballs, but it literally is the same as V-skilling a fireball, but worse. Because it consumes your V-meter. The problem Remy has is that he's really redundant with both Guile and Nash, who are also a little redundant with each other. They've done a really good job of differentiating Guile and Nash now, but that I still feel like Remy would need a small overhaul. He doesn't need a huge one. Remy is a very ice-themed character. His personality is fucking sister. That's like the single biggest thing standing in Remy's way. Remy's less popular than fucking Adon. Adon's a weird case because he's kind of like a love to hate him kind of character. And he also has a really unique gameplay style. So a lot of people like him for that reason. Yeah. That's the punk that stole my sweet moves. And he never lived it down, Guile. Very nice. Don't think that hit landing recovery, I think Kevin recovered in time. So he should have been able to low block it. I don't even know if he's human, Guile. Spends all day in the bathroom writing math equations and dick jokes on the walls. Anyway, it just goes on and on for Sadness Infinity. 1 DP. Regular ass fireball. Oh, he's got a super cancel now. Yep. That was very potent for chipping. EX fireball cancelled into a super is pretty obnoxious to parry. Regular fireball cancelled to super is okay as well. That was nice. Ooh, hit the forward dash. Ken can just cancel his low forwards into super all the fucking time. Low forward's not too bad of a button to whiff. Oh, there's a whiff punish. Proof that such a thing is possible. Ugh. I understand why you did it. But I bet he feels like a fool. He must have almost pulled the trigger on a DP before he ate the overhead, and then he was like, fuck it. But Ryu was just so far away by that point. Pushback in this game is really high. Ooh. That's why Kens usually do EX Fireball there. In general, everything in this game pushes out quite a lot. But approaching is fairly easy because of parry. I like that a lot. I wish other Street Fighter games were like that. That's what I feel like Alex is missing in SF5. But it's like a symptom of the entire game. Like, people say Alex like struggles to get in this game. He does just a little bit. He struggles more than most characters. But like, struggling to get in is an entirely different beast in Third Strike than SF4 or SF5. In SF4 and SF5, you can actually struggle to get in. In this game, you can like pretend struggle to get in. Unless you're fighting like fucking Remy is Q or something. Then you'll probably struggle to get in. That might have been the OS, we'll never know. He did the throw so early. Ooh, meaty EX Fireball. That's safe if he's been parried. In fact, Reese plus a parried if he doesn't meaty like that. Fun fact about Ryu. Nice, jump strong. This guy's a Ryu expert. Really like the way he's playing. The Acho Third Strike game quality is so high. Remy is a lot less interesting than Guile. And he's kind of like, all the people who would like Guile would probably not like Remy. Oh, love that. Love that so much. The donkey kick connects, and then the super connects, and that, like, I think that resets the juggle potential. I'm like 99% sure. Yeah, I'm 100% sure that Ryu super resets the juggle potential on every hit. I usually see Tatsu there, and then the Tatsu gets several hits. It was weird seeing the one-hit donkey kick into the DP. I feel like people who like Guile's visual design are like, you know, they like the military aspects. They like the fucking um, nationalism, shit like that. I don't know. Remy's like the opposite of all that. Remy's got like an opposite visual design from Guile. Guile's like a stupid design. Guile's hair is like stupid, but he makes it work. Remy's design is like cool, but he makes it suck. Look at that Astolfo. Cute, smug. That's a very smug Astolfo. There was like a stigma against Remy that he like is the reason Guile isn't in the game. I need a smug lol emote. Astolfo's cutest lolly. Ooh, big damage here. You don't normally see that. In the corner, EX donkey kick combos aren't so good. You think Remy looks out of place in the cast? How do you feel about Necro? Or Q? I feel like the whole fucking cast looks out of place compared to each other in this game. Even more so than SF2. They brought Chun-Li back. They could have brought Guile back. Remy and Chun-Li came in the same version. But Remy's missing a lot of Guile's cool signatures. Yeah, he's got the flash kick, he's got the sonic boom, he's got the two-hit sweep, but that's like it. Sometimes you just want Guile's towards fierce. Sometimes you want his towards medium kick. Sometimes you want his upside down kick. All of Guile's normals are like his signature. He like compensates for the fact that he only has two special moves with an amazing like selection of normals. Highly specialized, highly technical. Remy doesn't have that. Remy doesn't have that many normals, and most of the normals aren't that good. And he's less technical than Guile. He's like a lot less technical than Guile. He does have nice charge tricks. If you like charge tricks, you'd probably like Remy. But then again, Urian also has nice charge tricks, and he's a lot better. I find Remy pretty fucking boring to play, to be honest. I used to play him kind of casually, but Elena's pretty much taken that over for me. I'm intrigued. Well, they just fall straight up? Or do they fall away from him? Like fucking Sea Moon. Is this a JoJo reference? That'd be great if you were a fucking zoning character and you had a super that just pushed opponents way the fuck away without doing damage. I think Remy's flash kick looks a little goofy compared to Guile's. I like that Guile leads with one kick and follows with the other. Remy does both feet at once and it looks kind of silly. He is quite different from Guile. He couldn't get much more different from Guile. Even the 2 fireballs affects the way you use the fucking fireball a lot. And he's not limited to 2 specials, although his 3rd special is not great. I feel like it's worth it to just take all the taunts immediately in this matchup. He only got like 1, didn't he? Or 2? I wasn't paying super close attention. Does he already have 3? You can just blood taunt in this matchup, you don't have to care. I think pretty much everyone seems to agree that of the newcomers to SF5, Fong will basically assuredly come back. Rashid will probably come back, and the other 2 are giant question marks. Of the Season 1 characters. Of the Season 2 characters, Abigail I consider very likely to return. Colleen I consider very likely to return. Zeku I consider quite likely to return. Or like maybe they won't bring Zeku back, but they'll sneak a lot of Zeku onto Guy. Yeah, I know there's like footage. G probably. He's popular anyway. I can see a lot of people asking for him. Fong is like the most tied to the story of any character. I feel like his design also has the most potential. Gameplay design, that is. They can fuck with it the most. There's a lot of fucking knobs that can turn on that. He got hit by the low hit? It was a complete brain fart. You can just block that whole super low if you want to, but you take more chip damage if you're blocking low. So what most people do is they block only the low hit low. It's the 4th hit. Q has no control over it. It's not like fucking Rog Super. Ooh. Nice. If he did a EX dash punch, it would have killed on that punish, but I think he was caught off guard the way he landed next to him without hitting him. Perhaps. I feel like if Fong is in a few games, he'll eventually develop a really interesting gameplay style. The way that Gao kind of has. I really like they went for the unusual, like, firewall route for him, and I like his charging stuff. The poison effect is not very interesting. And that's like the big selling point. But when you consider like angled fireballs, arcing fireballs, that's pretty cool. The mine is also pretty cool. Fuck, the first 2 hits high and the fucking last 3 low. He was just like, not again. Played it real safe. Real man would have parried the last hit of that. What I would have done is I would have made it so that if the opponent was poisoned, Fong had some kind of additional effect on them. Like his combo options got slightly better, or he had like a new route if the opponent was poisoned. Or maybe he had a special move that did something minor if the opponent wasn't poisoned, but like did something cool if the opponent was poisoned. Stuff like that was the way to make poison interesting. Yeah, the poison will wear off after like 5 seconds or something. I remember pretty early on, someone came in, I forget who it was, and pointed out, he like mathed it out. He like did the amount of fucking poison damage that Fong did. And it turns out that Fong will fail to kill even a single life bar in 2 minutes with his poison damage. What the fuck? What the fuck? Robbed.
2人目同士
Look, it's Remy.
さんのレミ
What do you think Minot's chances of coming back are?
波動の打ち合いかと思いきやなんと肉弾戦
I think she's one of the more interesting characters too, and it's unfortunate that she's strong right now.
さあお互いおうまいですねさあお互い
Most of the SF5 debut characters are pretty great, to be honest. I think Nikali and Laura stand out a little bit for being not so great. And I kind of like the idea that Laura's built off of. The way that all of her special moves combo is kind of neat.
空中の大 P が入ったらもうレイミー側だけでも
She's got like deliberately short, but with interesting quirks, kinds of combo routes.
これが主力技そうですねこれをどうなんだろうね
I'd give Minot the Minot.
重要なんでしょうね
I've been saying for ages that SF5 needs to emphasize on the new characters because they're what's going to give the game personality. I think the new characters are pretty solid. Abigail's probably my favorite grappler in the series. No, it's probably Hugo. No, it's probably Abigail. It's Abigail then Hugo. Zeku is pretty fucking great no matter who you ask. Minot's pretty great no matter who you ask. Although again, it's unfortunate that she's quite good right now.
ここはちょっと焦らないそうですねああそうですねさあマリニャンさんの勝利マリニャンさんの勝利ですね最後落ち着いてます俺の基準ってくるわ
Iha Konda is the character I desperately want.
失礼しましたすいませんちょっと
It's Honda and Hakan, and you swap between them with V-Skill. They tag out. It's a tag team. Works a little bit like Zeku, except it's the V-Skill that swaps. And Hakan is really good with the rushdown, but has terrible like zoning, and maybe bad neutral. And Honda has nice neutral and good keep away, but like bad rushdown. So depending on what you're trying to do in the match, you play different ones. Trying to sit on a life lead, you want to be Honda. Trying to make a comeback, you're Hakan. And they're just two completely different characters. That'd be lit as fuck. Iha Konda would be the absolute greatest character they could ever do. That'd be like a way to save both characters. I wonder if Hakan would stay oily if you like put him away for a while though. I wonder if oil would even be a part of it. I can't see Hakan without oil. It'd be weird to bring him back but not bring oil back. Like, from a gameplay perspective it's not necessary, you could just buff his moves. But from a lore standpoint, it's like this is like the biggest fucking quirk of his character. T-Honda's interesting. Ooh, he always comes in oiled. Kinda like that. That's a good incentive to force you out of Hakan. But how do you force... I mean, how do you force someone out of Honda? Does Honda have some fucking Chonko stew whenever he's off screen? and it like slowly restores his health. So Honda, when he's off screen, fucking gets his HP back, and Hakam, when he's off screen, oils.
お茶の水でパタリオットになってるそうです。
Or maybe Honda fucking breathes fire if he's had enough Chonkos too.
すべき100巻を
Okay, they'd have one health bar.
100巻ついてる。
What if they both have 500 HP health bars?
伝説の作者
I've never fucked around with Uniel or Unist. I'd probably like it, but I just haven't fucked around with it.
さあまあお互い体力は同じぐらい。
I was thinking it would be a tag team between them. I want T-Hawk to team up with other characters. Give me T-Hawk and fucking No Blue or some shit.
すごい緊張していました。ちょっともう手に汗に
T-Hawk and Julie.
手だけじゃない。
T-Hawk and whichever doll is actually tied to him.
どこから汗が出るんですか。おお、やばい、プレッシャーが。
Yeah, give me 12 Hawk. That's the bold new direction that the Street Fighter series needs to go. A literal killer robot that developed a consciousness of its own needs to team up with a fucking Native American. T-Hawk and Guile is like one tiny step away from Zangief and Guile, which is basically what Cross Tekken ended up giving us. That was NuckleDu's team. You got the Guile for the zoning and the Geef for the rushdown. Smart. Cross Tekken could have a fucking... I feel like we got the CVS 1 of Cross Tekken, but we didn't get the CVS 2. You know what I mean? The recipe's there. If we get a Cross Tekken 2, it would be a great game. They already laid the foundation. They figured out all the stuff people didn't like about the mechanics. Now they just need to add Cross Tekken 2 with grooves. That's literally all we're missing. The problem with Cross Tekken 1 is that it didn't have grooves yet. The Tekken grooves. Oh, I didn't think about it this far. Well, you see there's Rage. And there's Rage. And there's Rage. What do you think? Damn. Get hit by a jump in, mash 720. That's cross tag battle. The latest air quotes BlazBlue game. Although it could also be called the latest Persona 4 Arena game. Or the latest Ruby game. Does Ruby even have a fucking game? What's the other one? The latest fucking Uni. Unib. The one with Ingrid. Ingrid's not in anything. That's like her whole fucking claim to fame is she's not in anything. Her debut game was cancelled. So she was just in another game that was like built from the ashes of her debut game. Ingrid's a no one from nowhere. It sounds like you're trying to think of Capcom Fighting Evolution, and you weren't even talking about Cross Tag Battle. Because Ingrid was in Capcom Fighting Evolution, and that was 4 different games, plus Ingrid. Turns out there's another fighting game that's 4 different universes, though.
強いミストさんのカレーに次
I don't know what Mugen is supposed to mean,
ザビ
but in Japanese you can write. Why is it not clicking? Whoa,
副
there it
将の
goes.
ザビ F さあスター
In
トの
Japanese
直
you can
後
write.
ミストさんも参戦ということで
I think it's these two.
さあザビ F
That's definitely the right first one. I think the second one's right. That's Mugen in Japanese, and that Mu
ザビエル
means
と
to not
ザビエル
exist.
と F を
It's like the Arimasen kanji, and that Gen means limits. I think it's like something like that.
強いですね
No limits, which would be a very good name for the game,
はい
since it's literally like a fighting game. You can add, change your mechanics.
当たらない強いんすよこのキャラ愛されボディオロもそうですねオロも結構竜巻当たりづらいそういう強いところを生かしてそう日々精進しております精進しておるそうなんださっき富永さん前風呂中盤に切れてたけど前風呂中盤に切れてたのはあれは気合が足りないです気合が足りない気合が足りませんそうなの前風呂されてもいいような立ち回りをしてください
That Mu is the same Mu in Goken's flag. Remember when Goken had a flag? It was for all of one game. It was vanilla. In Super Street Fighter 4, they abandoned like nationalities. I mean, all characters still have a nationality, but like they don't show the flags anymore. The flags were just removed from the game. But Goken's flag, instead of having a Japanese flag, he had a flag with the Mu kanji on it. Nothing. And that was tied to his lore because he lived through a raging demon, which is supposed to be kind of hard to live through. It's supposed to kill you. Most of the people who have been raging demon are actually canon dead. Although it's not many characters. But supposedly you can empty your heart of all fucking evil, and thus the raging demon can't hurt you. And Gen did that and Goken did that. They both emptied their heart of evil somehow. And that's the fucking kanji for empty. Or nothing, it's the kanji for nothing. And there's like lore in the story mode about that. It's like I use the power of nothingness to survive. It's like a weird little theming thing he has. Yeah, they mastered NoFap. Akuma's the one who mastered NoFap. Akuma can do Raging Demons because he mastered NoFap. Bison died to the Raging Demon that hit him, apparently. Bison did get Raging Demon and he also died, but then there was a replacement body. That's like where the replacement body idea even came from. Bison got killed in Street Fighter 2, but then he was alive later. It's like, lol. I just put my fucking brain in new body, bye. That's also the reason Bison is Xbox huge in Alpha. That's pretty minus. It's because it's not the same body. Oh. Can't cancel low short into hands and have it combo. He probably wanted EX Rekka. Or maybe he wanted fucking regular Rekka, but he didn't want... I don't know. That's probably gonna hit. Oh, he missed the link though. Sand short was the better. No, I don't know. They're probably like the same speed. This matchup is actually pretty good for Yang. Akuma's neutral isn't like super duper dominant here. And Yang's damage is not below average against Akuma. And Yang can rack up Dizzy pretty quick. 2 EX Rekka combos will leave Akuma on like very close to a stun. I mean, Aura thought a 16-year-old girl was trying to date him. But that's an interesting question you got right there. Half your age plus 7. Or I was like in his 140s or whatever. Gotta date grannies. Ah, the early stand short. Oh, see that? Hitting all crouching normals under a Tatsu will cause you to stand into the Tatsu. I was talking about that earlier.
マークして
Aura players like never ever pick the green or the blue aura. It's like kind of unusual to see them. A lot of people hate those colors.
まあマイナー1プレイとかそんぐらいになりやすいから
Anyway, all you can do as Aura to hit a Tatsu going over your head is to fucking DP it.
うわ未来うまい
Medium kick is green. Light kick is blue.
パオ上手
His default color, jab, is the fucking gold with the tan or whatever. Medium punch is like white,
ハーブさんもいるな
I think. Hard punch is like orange with blue. Hard kick is like gray with... No, what the fuck is medium punch? Medium punch is dark brown. With like a white outfit. And then hard kick is like gray with the
シャドウ
blue outfit. And then the secret color is gold with the blue outfit. Or gold with purple, rather. Lakers color oil.
さあしっかり大昇龍
It's weird that I had to think about that at all.
さあ投げ知ってると言わんばかりに
The medium punch color palette is actually not bad at all.
さあ忍さん忍さん今日置かれてましたもんね
The medium kick color is green with red.
来てくんだろうっつって
So, as a little Christmas tradition, on Christmas Day after all the presents are open, I like to play some Third Strike online, and I pick that color of aura. Pick the green and red aura for Christmas.
それもまあザックがついたこれはこれし
If he was, while he was falling, if Akuma was training a DP motion, he would have been able to land and instantly
こうなんかね
teleport out of that mirror.
途中から波動拳打ってきますねでオーラ辛いだろうってやってくるじゃないですか
That was a punish.
でそのミスって巻き込まれてうわー8割減っちゃったってなるとじゃあラストアップってそっちの方が強い
Correct.
そっからが強いそうから嵐ムーブが始まるだったら最初から嵐ワイプくらいをザビさんになってますね俺ザビさんじゃないですけどザビさんはワイプに映ってるからですよワイプザビさんが映ってるのは明るいですよそれはもうパソコンの問題ですザビさん位置取りいいですね決して近寄りすぎないでいい間合いで波動拳といい牽制技をさあ全部
Hell yeah, ground fireballs. Yurian's got a lot of meter though. Very attainable for him. Yurian's meter is a lot more important than Akuma's. Akuma's meter is almost irrelevant. Like, yeah, you can do demon setups, then you have access to demons. But his Super 1 is not a huge deal.
ちゃんと大様頑張って生きてますから気持ち明るくなってきました
Gives him a lot of damage out of a low, I suppose. A safe low, rather.
試合見ましょう試合見ましょうさあすかし投げ決まりのさあここからお
Ooh. Kinda worked. Got the mix up. He didn't have enough hits left.
さあこれがそうそうそう嵐ムーブ嵐です
Akuma has something that's barely worse than Ken's EX Air Tatsu, but for free in his Air Tatsu. And also it has better juggles. Or rather, it has more generally available juggles. Ken's max damage bet juggles are better.
さあザビさんがカルビさんの勝利なんで 2P で頑張れと言いました
The re-angling of Ken's arc after he does EX Air Tatsu is pretty great though. It's better than what Akuma has.
やはりエキさんの力を借りて
Akuma has, they're like, oh, Akuma has no EXs. But then he has like all the nice stuff that EXs give you. You've got like multi-hit fireballs with your fucking red fireball bullshit. You got like the fucking invincible DPs on meterless DPs.
フュージョンすると誠に負ける
You got the fucking launching Tatsu, which fucking shadows don't even have. Then you got a bunch of other special moves. Ooh, it's like you read the jump, but it didn't fucking work.
すかさず打ちましたけど、ここからどうするんですかね。さあ、表裏決めて、あ
Oh.
唐草打ってた
Oh, he did it. That was medium Tatsu hard DP. That's precise.
誠
違う違う、俺も今荒らしたから。
荒らしたい
荒らした、荒らしたい荒らして、俺が
この勝利
ギリギリ荒らした、俺が。
ギリギリ荒らしきった。
いや、画面見てないよ。
Tommy plays hard and loose.
今の
Tommy's over. It is. We just watched like 2 hours of Third Strike. I still got a little life in me. Blisky. Oh. Yeah, it's T Honda right now. That dive kick's supposed to bait the EX, which is exactly what it did. I'm pretty sure that T-Hawk does not have a punish for headbutts, but he might. Sandstrong might tag them. You need a very particular kind of normal to punish a headbutt. They're generally pretty hard to punish. Ooh, that beat an EX headbutt. Holy shit. Like, I know that T-Hawk has some invincibility on his uppercut, but it was just weird to see that. Oh, hit out of a low forward. Why the fuck was he even hitting that there? That was such a bad ultra, but it worked. That was like a really bad decision, I feel. Looks impossible to punish. You might have had uppercut there. Quote combo fiend, it'll be useful that you can cancel low forward, I promise. You promised combo fiend. I wonder if I'm bigger now than Hans was. Hans got hired. How do I be Hans? Blisky. They could add Dudley to SF5. They like Dudley Eyes Balrog just a little bit, but not in such a way that Dudley would be irrelevant, or like, you know, it's not like his presence is really felt. He wouldn't be redundant with anyone in the game. Muso 2. That's a solid 2 characters. I would also like those two. should make a Shadowloo Grunt who has all the moves of all the Shadowloo Grunts so far. I like almost kind of believe they use Shadowloo Grunts to like test how players handle different types of special moves. They like look at the fucking special move they designed for the latest Shadowloo Grunt and look at the fucking online win rate against it. Very cool. Yeah, this is all free juggle state, actually. That did so much. That did a grip. Fucking Akuma's life bar. Where'd it all go? Ooh. Light Machine Gun Bullet is actually not bad in neutral. It's pretty safe. It's only -2. It also has decent range and decent startup. It's pretty low risk to cancel into like that. Like that. He's racking up the chip. Yeah. I'd say that Light Machine Gun Blow is not bad in neutral, and then he does a bunch of them. I feel like the super would be the booger, and the VT1 would be his SA1. But that would be very redundant. With Dulcin, who's already got OS booger as his super. Maybe they could do the EX super, the Sun, as his Aura super. But that would be kind of hard to land. You'd basically have to go to it from his launch. No, you said VT1 the booger. Oh. But yeah, the Sun for the regular super, I agree. They could have Stones be in the game. It wouldn't even be a big deal. It would just be like fucking Chun-Li VT1. It would end up being almost exactly the same. They'd probably have the regular Stones and not the fucking EX Stones, so you wouldn't have the crazy juggles. They'd just give him some new linking options. You get fucking stand short, stand forward, command grab. Basically exactly the same as Stage Strike. Or I would translate very well to sf5. But there is room for like bells and whistles if they want to do it. Actually, I like your way a lot more. I think they would do the way I described because that's representing all his supers. But there's really no reason to bring the fucking command grab super back. I know it's his like default super, but it's like not really a signature of the character or anything. Alright, here comes the raw ultra because Cody's desperate. Oh. What if he did close fierce there into fucking ultra? Could we be dead? But he had so many times to raw ultra where it wouldn't have worked. And that's only a fucking 3 normal. Ooh. She baited. And one hit from stun. The overhead. Oh, what a fucking whatever this kills. It didn't kill. I was thinking of a mega damage. A mega throw would have killed there. Install supers? What if VT1 was fucking 3 stone and VT2 was 5 stone? I feel like that wouldn't be horrible. So you have two triggers that are very visually similar but have radically different functionality. I think your way of doing it would actually be the best way to do it. I think they'd only do 1 stone, to be honest. Like 1 stone type. Oh. Yeah, that's hard to chase for Cody. He has to do like forward dash into that. And he has to do it a lot more preemptively. It's Guy. I made a video on this fellow. Ooh, look at that whiff punish. Very nice. Whiff punishing a whiffed focus is probably the single easiest attack to whiff punish in the entire game. And it's about the same difficulty for every character. I don't actually know if all focuses whiff at the same speed, but it's got to be within a few frames of each other. That's like another way they could do it, but I don't really want that. You can have a title in the arcades. I don't know how rare it is, but it's not that uncommon. I don't know what his title says, it's weird. That's true, Oro Super would end up being quite similar to Nikali's. Imagine Nikali's but a hit grab. I mean, just, you know, Nikali's. Imagine it was just like Nikali's. I'd be fine with that. If it hit and comboed with stuff. But could be blocked. That run stop was pretty fast. Whoa, that might work. Moonang. I wonder if Guy could have EX Tatsu that. Guy's EX Tatsu is pretty fast. It's 4 frame. That was... I don't think he could have EX Tatsu that. I think it would have gone over if EX Tatsu happened. Ooh, there it is. It's actually EX Bushin Senpukyaku. Guy can chase teleports really easily. Some of the best of any character. He can chase them with a shoulder, he can chase them with an EX shoulder, he can chase them with a run slide. He can chase them with a run stop into stuff. Ooh. Kyle. It seems kind of counterintuitive to do the one-hit red fireball against Guile. But the thing is, Guile sees the red fireball and doesn't know how many hits it is. So he's forced, if he sees the red fireball, to jump forward or at least jump up. Or like block, which is time that he's not throwing another fireball. It's really dumb to fucking throw a fireball against a red fireball and then immediately throw another boom. Because you'll just like lose that boom too to the next fucking hit of the red fireball. And if it's a 3-hit red fireball, you'll then eat the red fireball. This ends up being really dumb. So by throwing light red fireballs, you basically force Guile to jump or like block, which then resets the fireball war in your favor. Also, it can potentially bait Guile to jump in. See that? It's the... You gotta mix them up. Then if Guile jumps in, you can uppercut. The light fireball has, I think, much better recovery than the heavy one. The lighter the version you pick, the less total recovery. Ooh, nice. That's actually a little bit risky because Akuma's uppercut will not catch all backdashes. So if Guile like backdash there, he might have been able to dodge all the hits. Akuma's uppercut's very narrow. That was nice. Akuma's playing this matchup like a pro. That was a good chase. Guile had to dash there. And if he dashed towards Akuma, he had no invincibility. If he released, he got hit by that sweep. If he dashed away from Akuma, he had a little bit of invincibility, but he had to time it perfectly with Akuma sweep. Akuma sweep was a very good option there. Akuma might have been able to do far runouts, which probably would have been even a better option. Imagine if Omega was in Japanese arcades and we'd be able to watch that. That'd be fucking amazing, actually. I wish Capcom like released Omega as like a fucking optional, as like a variation system. I wish it was like, hey, you can pick the Ultra version or the Omega version. Because I feel like that wouldn't actually break that much of the game. It depends, I don't know everything about Omega, I just know a lot. But Omega seems really balanced against Ultra, from what I know now. Everyone early on was like, it's so busted, Omega's so much better. But now I don't think that at all. People just thought that because of the infinites. That's too low, I think. Might not be. It was too low. Kuma's punish was horrible. Should've been low fear, slow forward. B-skill kick with light Tatsu. And then hard Tatsu to re-corner. That's what the punish would have been. in SF5. I don't know what the fuck he would have done in this game. There's probably some string he could have done to get Niex Tatsu that swapped sides. Low strong EX Tatsu or something like that. Throw Sakura into the corner and then juggle her with an uppercut or something. But I don't know the route. I don't know how to get a cross-up Tatsu. I know it depends on the distance you are from the opponent when the cross-up Tatsu connects, but I think there's an opponent-specific thing to it. Or the opponent is a variable in that. Like, certain characters get thrown back more easily than others. You don't see that very often from Akuma. That's usually not worth the 2 meters. Akuma can FADC an anti-air uppercut, and then juggle a red fireball. Red fireball's just max damage after uppercut FADC. The highest damage you can get is light DP FADC hard red fireball, but light DP is not a good anti-air. And I think you can also, the next highest is like heavy DP 3 hits at FADC light red fireball. I don't remember if that works. You can do one hit of a heavy or medium DP and then get a heavy red fireball, but that loses a lot of damage. Am I watching fucking Sakura versus Abigail? Because it looks like it. That was a great empty cancel. That was fantastic. Sakura in SF5 deals with this matchup by charging fireballs, but it's weird to see that in SF4 because that's not usually what you do. Ooh, he went for max damage and got it. Got most of it. So I said in combo. I think low short until light lariat does combo, so I don't know what he did wrong. Maybe he got a late cancel. Most people cancel from jab. I don't know if it does more damage. It's got more hits done anyway. Very nice cancel again. Oh, that comboed. Who would have known? Left forward stand short on counter hit is a combo. Neat. It might be an SF5. Not too good on the specifics of low forward frame data. Yeah, rare footage of all 3 hits being optimal. Sakura's pretty good. It's Juso. He's a mad good Sakura. I didn't read his name until now. He's like one of the best. Oro's V-skill would probably be sleeping in some manner. If I made Oro, it would be pretty boring. But I would do Oro V-skill just builds constant V-meter all the time you're holding it. And then what I would do would be if you could drop combos early to go into V-skill and get a bunch of V-meter. But you know, there's no way to do it well in neutral, so you have to do it from combos and then abuse the knockdown. And I'd probably make Oro's V-triggers pretty good. So it's worth going for the V-meter. But they would probably be 3-bar V-triggers. But Oro would probably be a 1000 health character, if I made him. 1050 dizzy. I think sleeping would be a good direction to take with his V-skill, if a bit boring. And then maybe he can have an air V-skill that's a double jump or something, I don't know. He'd probably just have a double jump if it was up to me. Maybe if Oro was hit out of being asleep, he'd take double damage though. So there's quite a lot of risk from doing it in neutral. I guess having it just be counter hittable would be enough. This DJ's looking like he might stall out this. Oh, that was a bad jump. He needed the DJ to take a throw there, and DJ didn't bite, and then he reacted. Every DJ in the universe is going to have down charge there, and they're going to be holding that back. If they didn't take a throw, they're going to react to that jump. What's that title? There are a lot of V-meters that almost do that. Shit. It's basically what Alex's does. Yeah, it gives you the hard hit, but the hard hit sucks. Alex's V-skill isn't the best V-skill, it's one of the worst. Oof. The best V-skill is probably Akuma's or Guile's. Two very strong candidates in my humble opinion. Menot gets an honorable mention. Abigail's is quite good. It's one of the better ones. I don't know if I put it on the level of those three. These combos are great. Surprised I didn't stun at any point. I love how you can crouch tech to like take a throw while still not being that unsafe. Crouch tech was a nice little defensive measure that they removed. That's something I really miss. I miss crouch techs. Let's see. It's Orena. Lane is obnoxious against charge characters because she can force you to like lose your charge during your fucking blocking. It's very obnoxious house overhead. Rose shouldn't have a stance, she should have fucking the redstone of Ajar or whatever. She should have Ripple. Hamon. Oh yeah, the correct punish. Some of the correct punish. It probably should have just been EX up punches. And then like dash ultra. Man, that's nasty. You just do your max damage jump in if she does the full heal. It's reactable. That was like pretty much right on both counts though. DJ like punished the ultra perfectly. If it's the full heal you do a jump in, if it's not the full heal you do nothing. We saw both there, and DJ took the right option both times. You get ready for a jump in and then you watch to see whether it's available. Ooh, that's the Bath ender. That's the I'm not talented enough to do other enders. Oh, there's the real ender. I think we got her. That jab recovers pretty fast. Not fast enough. Oh, that's unsafe. DJ missed the punish. You know, like Peach in Melee? You know, for neutral B, she like pulls out the toad? One, why the fuck did they give her that? And two, I think Rose, if she makes appearances in later Street Fighter games, should pull out Menot like that. And that's a reflect. She pulls out Menot, and Menot reflects. What do you guys think of my idea? Oh yeah, by the way, this is a fat counter pick. That fireball was bad. By the way, DJ sucks here. It's probably DJ's worst matchup. It's on the fireball. The fireball's not good. She gets more health if you throw the fireball. Well, she doesn't, but like, you know. If you throw the fireball. Ooh. Ooh. We don't see this very often. Another fucking meaty low. Smashed by reversal ultra. If that was full ultra 2, it probably would have killed. That was half ultra 2. Punish this right. Okay, that was a partial heal. See, that fireball did nothing even on a partial heal. You're supposed to approach, damn it. Oh, you made a big comeback that round. Very slowly. With several heals. Three heals. Those 3 heals wouldn't have happened if fucking DJ didn't play like a retard. That looked meaty enough that he could get a crouch jab link, but he didn't actually get it. Very nice. That's too far away to go for that. I was thinking the overhead, and then he did the overhead and it's done. So I would have made the correct play there, I think. He had an easy kill there. Suppose he didn't take it. It would have cost a bar. I would have spent that meter to win the round, to be honest. Ooh. DPing from that far away is really risky because if Elena doesn't hit a button, you can't FADC it because you never hit her. That was pretty smart actually. He made it look like he wasn't trying to approach and then EX Demon flipped in. That's not horrible if she doesn't do the full thing. Wow! Rare footage. Elena's super. It's not a bad super. It's 4-frame startup. It also has great range. It has some combos where it does a pretty alarming amount of damage, notably the medium Link's Tail, which might have been what we just saw, but it also could have been a hard Link's Tail. Canceling the first 2 hits of hard Link's Tail only does like fucking 60 damage. But canceling the first 2 hits of medium Link's Tail does like 130. I like this Jury outfit actually. Jury default is the best one. They took Jury's already perfect design and made it even better in SF5 with her nostalgia outfit. Because it's the same ass outfit, but now she's got that fucking little tiny jacket with the sleeves. And that one little thing just makes her outfit even better. Also, it's removable, so if you don't want to wear it, you don't have to. You actually have a hard DP there. He didn't have the EX bar, so he chose not to DP, but he could have done one hit of a hard DP. There are really people complaining about Jury's boobs in SF5. They're like way bigger than they were in 4. So whatever, you lose side boob. Count your blessings. Surprised that jump worked. It's your antelope outfit. It's like really unreasonably hard to punish light and medium. Ooh, rare footage. This lane is an expert. I did that too. Yeah, smart. Chain your way into an unblockable DP. He played that a lot like the way I would have in my prime. Selena's execution looks better than mine. But the things he's going for are like really similar to what I went for. Ooh, he got the link too. But he dropped the combo. And he dropped it really unsafe way. What was I saying? Light and medium Link's Tail are really unreasonably hard to punish. That was a nice level 2 actually, you got more meter out of that. Level 3 would have built less meter. Capcom should release an outfit for Jury where she's got like the side boom again, but she's got like scars. How dank would that be? How many characters can you even name from video games who have had implants? Canon implants. Next hit stun, I think. I wouldn't have even done that. I would have been looking for the stun. He lost Oki because of that. He's still on the edge of stun though. Wow, maybe not. Nice, he got him. Elena committed to a button. Didn't even see the start of it yet. XTPF ADC? He wasn't good there. Yeah, that's very intelligent. Elena had no way to live. I guess Poison has cannon implants. Those things do not look natural. Well, they do look natural, but you know, they look kind of big. That card even is pretty easy to do, it's just really risky to go for. Oh, we got the link? Yeah, you did. 4 hits for the Link's tail. Very nice. 2 hits for the 2 jabs, and 1 hit for the overhead. 7. This is a crazy good Elena. Spinning B should be the name of the move. He went for 2 jabs after the after the heavy mount smash. Pursuing the knockdown there was ideal. Elena's playing fucking robotically, but in a good way. Well. Whenever Elena's jumping works, it's like, what were you doing? Didn't react to literally the 3rd slowest jump in the game. After like fucking Chun-Li and Bison. Maybe Guy. Oh yeah, Sim. Alright, 5th slowest jump in the game. Ooh. Tech throws with Stand Fierce, that's how we play Jury. It's just slow. It's slow and tall, with not too much lateral range. It is a weird jump, don't get me wrong. But it's not like hard to anti-air. Other than the fact that it's unusual. Very nice. I fought a lot of Elenas and I never struggled to anti-air. I fought Ice Song every fucking tournament. He was there since the beginning. He was in the first ever BAF Cup. He's one of the fucking 7 originals. Besides me. I don't remember. I think I was playing Ken in the first ever BAF Cup. But against Ice Song, I ran a lot of Elena and a lot of Ken and a lot of Evil Ryu. I feel like Ken doesn't need that many changes for me to become a Ken main in 5. I feel like it's something that could happen. There's like 3 characters like that. Where like if they get changes that I like, then I could go to them. How about this matchup? Looks like Jury's doing pretty well. Oh, there it all goes. Ooh, nice combo. It's interesting, but I hate it. I don't think it's very good. Ultra Dan rule's still there. It never changed. We've had Ultra Dans recently in Omega tournaments. Both Sefric and Kihara will pick Ultra Dan in a pinch if they want to tactically lose, if they're not feeling confident. It's okay to be an Ultra 1 Rose if you want to. I think Ultra 2 is generally better, but it's definitely a choice Rose can make. Well, now you can pick Omega Dan. Omega Dan is generally Ultra Dan, but better in every human way. Generally. Ooh, very nice. That parry was probably not on purpose. He probably didn't even want to cross up. What's the parry animation? Down back punch. That's hard to do on accident. She doesn't have a roll the other way that has a motion there, I don't think. Oh! The whiffed red focus. Powerful. Powerful technology. That's some good rosing. Rose has a lot of combos people don't usually do. You usually see a very limited number of combos for Rose. You see people play her like a poking character with a nice fireball, which is how she's intended to be played. But a lot of people don't do the specifics of her combos. And the people who do the specifics of her combos usually use only a very, very stiff version of what she's capable of. Yes, I do know about SCP, but I don't know if my stream title is a reference to it. To them. My favorite SCP is probably the thing that fucks with all cameras near it, where it shows demonic stuff on cameras, even though it's like not anything. It's like a coffin, but it's empty. But like on cameras, it shows up as like horrifying, freaky bullshit. I didn't actually do a Halloween best stream this year. But I've got 2 movies that I want to do. I just haven't done it yet. I'd probably, I don't know. It'll probably just not be a Halloween best stream. It'll probably just be a scary movie movie night. What are some really, really good SCPs? I like the one that's Infinite Staircase. That one's fucking lit. That's a really good SCP. I don't know anything above the fucking the 2000 range. It's after my time. Oh, it punishes cost of teleport. Ooh, that was a ground teleport. Snatched it. The teleport mix-up is the same in this game as it is in SF5. He can get a good teleport mid-air, but he can't do that as a reversal. And he can get a bad teleport on the ground, but it does work as a reversal. How about the alligator skeleton that can never ever die? That super's completely invincible. It's got like quite a lot of invincibility. The alligator skeleton that can never ever die is like probably like the worst one, but for some reason it's really famous, probably because it is the worst one. But I kind of like it because of how silly it is, because of the perception that it's the worst one that everyone seems to have. It's like everyone thinks it's dumb, but it's become like kind of a community joke because of that. Oh, I thought it just was one of the Invincible OC shits. I didn't realize it was supposed to be a reference to them. In fact, I'm not 100% convinced that it is. Oof. Salsum's got a cool way of playing. I like the vending machine that dispenses whatever the fuck you fucking type into it. That one's one of my favorites. Cup of blood of fucking Abraham Lincoln. It's a cup of dinosaur blood or whatever. That one's fun. That's probably gonna hit. Not the teleport, that was smart. I realized it like as he did it. I was like, I thought some player would do that immediately. They would just know. It's like, well, I've got one option here, I can teleport. Dead. What about the joke one that's a rock that makes you procrastinate? The machine that refines anything is really famous. That's a good one. Very coarse, very fine. I think I remember the basketball court DVD one. What about the cake that doubles every day? That one scared me. Just because of how easily that could just get crazy out of hand. Oh, he actually landed into it but still blocked it. That angling on that was perfect for him. I seem to recall Super's like decently safe for Sim. What about the one where it's like everyone wants to just it's a box that everyone wants to destroy, but it like doesn't. I think it doesn't do anything, but you can hear ticking on it, and everyone just gets like a fucking inkling to destroy it. What about the toaster that makes everyone describe the toaster as though they are the toaster? That one's fantastic. That one's hilarious. The fucking article is like, I am a fucking ordinary toaster. Or otherwise ordinary toaster or whatever. Whenever anyone's talking about the toaster, they have to talk about it in first person. And people who are around the toaster for too long start to think that they are a toaster. He recovered harmlessly into that. That's really interesting, that he has invincibility until he fully recovers. I wonder if that's only EX, because I feel like non-EX wouldn't do that. I think EX is invincible to fireballs for the whole animation, yeah. Nice jump strong. That's like even better in this game than it is in sf5. Jump Fierce is better and worse. I'd say overall Jump Fierce is better in this game than it is in sf5. But there are little things about the angling of sf5 and the fact that it swings that are actually kind of nice. The fact that it swings means it hits people above and below him. Most of Dhalsim's air normals don't have like a swinging animation. In fact, most air normals don't have that. Nice. Dhalsim's Ultra 1 leaves you with a free juggle state at the end of the day, once it's done hitting. Oh, he missed it. Jump jab. Jump jab is generally a worse version of Jump Fierce, but there is a range where Jump Fierce will not connect if you're very close to the opponent, but Jump jab will. Jump Fierce is obviously a lot stronger. That's Jump Fierce. Yeah, easy punish. That's very intelligent. Dhalsim was getting close to Chip House, so that was a good play even if he didn't throw the fireball. Dhalsim can punish that, but it wasn't going to be a kill punish. Getting Chip would have been worth it. Oh yeah, I've seen that one. They had like a photograph of it. He has an overhead, but it's like the worst overhead in the whole game. But then he also has instant Jump Fierce, which is like the best overhead in the whole game. But his like grounded overhead is hilariously bad. It's back jab. It has very long startup, and it does very little damage and has no combo potential. I think it was buffed quite a lot in Mega Mode, though. For people who care about that. Nice. That counters random flying Barcelona. Teleport with that timing. Like, Vega cannot hit you. And you can punish his landing recovery. Dhalsim's one of the only characters with just an outright hard counter to flying Barcelona. Although a lot of characters have a pretty nice thing they can do. Other Vegas can just backflip. They don't get a punish on Vega usually, but they guaranteed don't get hit by the flying Barcelona attack follow-ups. So Vega has a nice little counter to his own flying Barcelona. Ooh. Not great use of meter. I'd say Dhalsim's still looking pretty good this round. Yeah, he did it again. He's good. Very nice. Very impressive. All that fucking white Dhalsim takes. I forgot how low his HP was. It's like 900. He bleeds. That's a punish. Yes. I mean, obviously, this is the fact that you have an entire another super jam. Oh, the video ended. It's like time for me to catch a nap. 4 bars instead of 3 when the super meter builds at about the same speed. Supers are just more expensive in general. And then when you consider that you can spend super meter in 2s and it's nice. Super meter is in general more precious in 4 than it is in 5. I will be back later today for the BAF Cup.